Hey guys, and welcome to my storytime video. This is also Hannah's storytime video too. I'm just telling it because, it happened. So, basically this is a bullying story that's still going on, and yeah, so it's kind of a heavy topic, and if you don't like heavy topics, don't watch it, but hopefully you stick around and watch it. So basically, there was this girl, we'll call her Evelyn, and she had been my best friend since like preschool. We were in swimming class together. She had been my best friend since like preschool, and she was in my swimming class, and we ended up getting really close in like 1st and 2nd grade, all the way to intermediate school, they call it, which is 5th and 6th grade. But I have known Hannah since 1st grade, and so Hannah was in like my part of the school, so she saw me daily, and Evelyn did not. So we kind of split apart, but then in 7th grade, she was in my choir class, and we kind of reconnected and talked more and became friends again. And she also brought this other girl who we also became friends with. We'll call her Jules. So basically it starts when it's like the calm before the storm. Everyone was fine. It was like Christmas time, the snow was falling, we are all happy. And there's this one guy that I like since the beginning of the year, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's cute, I like him. He wore like a Doctor Who cosplay. So I had said something to Evelyn about it. But yeah, it was no big deal. And I also was in theater class with one of my friends. We'll call him Rick because he likes Rick from The Walking Dead. Don't know why. So Evelyn had said that she liked Rick, and Rick had liked me, but I was like, that's a whole thing. That's a whole different story. But Evelyn had said she liked Rick, so I set them up. They dated for a while, don't know how long. Then Jules sent this really long text to Hannah Frito saying like, you're not Evelyn's best friend, you need to stay out of her relationship with Rick. I mean, okay. And so that happened, and then there's this girl, we'll call her Katie. Okay, so Katie, she was friends with Rick, like really good friends. They'd known each other for a while. And Evelyn said that she didn't like Katie hanging around Rick and called her a hoe. So Hannah Frito and I were like, that's not okay, what? And Hannah talked to her and said, look, we're not okay with that. Why would you just go around calling people a hoe? It doesn't make sense. And she sent a text to us, which I still had, and I will read it to you. I wrote it down. She said, okay, I'm not talking to you guys because over and over you make me feel like crap. Saying I overreacted about Katie just pissed me off for the last time. So until you get your bullcrap together, we're not friends. So, 2 trimesters skipped. It was like Valentine's concert, which is like the 3rd trimester. No, 2nd trimester, like the end. And she was sitting there flirting with this guy. We'll call him Dean, okay? The guy I liked, Dean, who I'd liked since the beginning of that school year, which was freshman year. She was flirting with him, and I just remember like my fists were clenched. I was so mad. I couldn't even speak to anyone. I was so mad at her. It's not even that someone was going after him. It was more the fact that she was doing it. Like, I had called her my sister before, and for her to do that, it was just... So, and when we got to third try, he was in my class, Joy, and we got paired up. I think I did something to piss Karma off. Like, how? So we got paired up and we ended up writing stories about each other, which I think mine turned out way too much like fan fiction, for too much for comfort. Like, it was just so awkward because I think he knew I liked him. I knew I liked him. Too awkward. Did not like it. And then they started dating, which was like, it's just like, she took my heart out and put it in a blender, basically. It was just like, again, it's not like the fact that someone was dating Dean, it was the fact that she would do that. It just, it's just like the worst betrayal ever. If you've ever felt a best friend do that to you, it's the worst betrayal ever. So, and again, in our English class, we got paired up again. He was a junior, I took theater class, and we got paired up as Romeo and Juliet. Yeah. Karma hates me. Like, I did something. I must have done something. And so she got so mad at that. And she and Jewel started calling us names like, hoes, sluts, whores, ugly, like, every name. And then her and Jewel stopped being friends. I don't know what happened, nor do I care. That seems mean. And she became best friends with Katie, the one she called a hoe. It just... So, about every day she would start calling me names and, like, just glaring at me and, like, it was awful. And so I was just like, okay, I've had enough. And I would say stuff to my mom, and she apparently told the principal. And the principal did nothing. She said, well, this whole situation happened a long time ago, and I don't want to stir anything up. So my advice, if you're ever being bullied, don't tell your school because they don't do anything, basically. So, and then the names kept coming, and then she would just glare at me. Every time she saw me, she would just be like, I literally did nothing to her. And she sat behind me in Hannah and choir, and she would call us, like, ugly, whores, fake. It was just, like, names, like bullets, like, right behind us. And so I started having migraines, and my mom called her parents and were like, hey, my daughter's having migraines. Can you please speak to your daughter to have her stop calling names? And she told her parents that she's done nothing this entire time, that she's the innocent one. And her parents believed it. And her parents actually called Hannah manipulative, and then her mom and dad called Hannah manipulative, and then Evelyn's mom called Hannah's mom and said, oh, I never said anything like that. My dad was right there. So, and then I always stood at this corner at our school, and she would purposely walk by with Dean, just like holding his hand or like kiss him just so I could see it, and it was just oh, and recently she blocked us on Facebook. I found hilarious because I literally have done nothing to her, and she will do all this stuff to me and then block me on Facebook. It's quite funny. But yeah, so it's still happening. whenever I see her, I'll get dirty looks, I'll get called names and all this. So it's just, yeah, it's still happening. So my advice is, if you don't like someone, don't be rude to them. Just don't talk to them. Don't sit near them. Don't be near them. Just don't talk to them. Like, it's just so hurtful, and especially if it's your friend, just leave them alone. Or don't be a mean person. I don't know. If you are being bullied, I am so sorry, but you will get through this. It will get better. Just laugh it off. They want attention. Just don't give them attention. Just ignore them. Because one day they'll be working at McDonald's and you'll be a CEO of a major company. That's my advice. That's the only thing I can say, because I'm still going through it myself and it's kind of hard to deal with. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this depressing video. Remember to like, subscribe, and send to your friends, and I will see you all later. Bye!